Hey, good morning guys. I'm just gonna go down to the security gate down here where the security guards are, meet my Uber driver. I'm gonna go up to Parque Roa. I'm not sure if my Spanish is right there. And then I'm gonna walk on down the valley. Hopefully we're gonna catch some really amazing views. Although it's a cloudy day, a bit dramatic, might make for some really great amazing views of the valley. On the way down, I'm going to talk about, some of the things I think about. Buenos días, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, gracias, amigo. Thank you so much. My bag is open. I do that all the time. So, finish this up and I close up the bag. See how kind of friendly Colombian people are. So I'm going to walk down the hill. I'm going to talk about the 10 or 15 things are dropping out of it, that really make a difference to me. Things that I think about, I'm a little confused, things that I think about when considering different countries to live in. So when you're traveling around Medellín, it's really convenient to take Uber. This ride that I'm going to take now is probably a 10 to 15 minute ride, and it's going to cost approximately $2. The beauty of using Uber is that you don't have to own your own car and all the expenses that come along with that. Also, there's many places driving in the city here that there's a ton of congestion and a ton of traffic, and the roads here, they're never just like point A to point B. It's up, down, left, right, around in circles. It's very difficult to get to where you want to go. Also use a little Uber ride for a 10 or 15 minute Spanish lesson. Most Uber drivers I've met are more than happy to practice their English with you and practice a little Spanish on the flip side. Okay, we'd start today at Parque Roa. My Spanish is not good, so I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. It's about halfway up the valley, but it's right on the edge of the city. So, going down that way is all city, and coming up this way is all mountains and forest. And like all green spaces here in Medellín, it's really been turned into this very beautiful park. They take advantage of the climate here, the spring-like climate, to grow year-round flowers and trees and shrubs, and really they're able to turn all these green spaces into beautiful public areas. Because it does rain a lot here in Medellín, there's a lot of rivers and streams running down through the valley, crystal clear water. It really adds a lot to the charm and character of this place. It's just a beautiful environment, and the climate, spring-like, a warm spring I would call it, although it's a cloudy day today. It's still, t-shirt and jeans weather, very, very pleasant. Okay, let's start the walk down the valley and go to our first subject, which is going to be, most important thing, clean air. Medellín is the story of two cities, really. here at the top of the valley and in the higher elevations, the air is really clean, especially where it backs onto the forest. You get all that clean oxygen coming off of the trees. It's really easy to breathe here. It's really, really nice. But on the flip side of that, when you go lower down into the valley, the air is pretty thick and pretty nasty. And it's not a place where I would want to live. Also, if you look at these older buses that we're walking by here, these older city buses, they're like old diesel buses, and they really do spew out some fumes. And again, on the flip side of that, over the years I've been coming to Medellín, I have seen a big improvement in the number of electric vehicles, the quality of the cars, the quality of the motorcycles, and overall things are definitely getting better here. Definitely getting better. All right, continue the walk down the valley. So most areas here are pedestrianized. It's not like the United States where if somebody's walking, they're kind of suspect. Everybody's stuck in their cars, you know. A lot of people here, until recently, or even today, you know, can't afford a motorcycle and can't afford a car. Those people aren't forgotten in this community. They have a way to get around and navigate the whole city. Always beautiful here, always lush and green, and again always streams running down through the valley, lots of wildflowers, lots of nature, even here right on the edge of the city. Okay, let's get to point number 2. After fresh air, what do you need next? Clean water. You know, you really need clean drinking water. And can you drink the water from the tap? Is it clean? Is it safe? Well, here in Medellín, you can definitely drink the water from the tap. Not only is it clean and safe, it's absolutely delicious and sweet. I've noticed that if you pour a glass of water and to maybe put it in the refrigerator for an hour or two, just to let maybe whatever chlorine is in there evaporate off, you get this super clean, super delicious tasting water. I mean, it's really, really primo. So after clean air and clean water, you need clean food. And I would say there's an abundance of clean food in this area. The climate here, or the range of climates throughout the country of Colombia, enable it to grow many different types of fruits and vegetables year-round. So, you know, there's an abundant, plentiful supply. And, you know, I think there's a focus here on natural, sustainable farming. The food seems to taste so much better. The fish, the meat, the chicken, the pork, fruits, the vegetables are all absolutely delicious. Okay, as if I hadn't harped on enough about it, let's talk about climate. Climate in Medellín really couldn't be any better. It's on the equator, close to the equator, but it's also at a high elevation. So year-round, you get this cool, almost spring-like weather. It has a dry season and a rainy season. Of course, it's that rainy season that gives the ability for all these amazing plants to grow. So climate, we're going to give Medellín a good 10 out of 10. I can't think of a place in the world that has a better climate than this. All right, let's continue the walk on down the valley. After climate, we get to communication. Obviously here they speak Spanish. My Spanish is not great, but I believe that it's a language that I could learn. And as I get more confident, I am getting better and better as the days go on. Also, I would say in Medellín, not too many people speak English, but they are, you know, willing to try, excited to try, and they enjoy, you know, that process of trying to speak a little bit of English. Let's talk about safety, which obviously is the elephant in the room in Colombia. Now, no, you're not going to get robbed by your taxi driver at the airport, but you do have to be a little bit more aware here of your situation and your surroundings. In fact, I would suggest you just keep to the, I believe it's the south side of the city, maybe the north side of the city, one side of the city, everything past El Centro and on down, El Poblado, Envigado, Sabaneta, and I wouldn't even go to the other side of the city, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, the elephant in the room in Colombia is definitely safety and security. So along with safety and security also comes political stability. And that's a bit of an issue in Colombia too. There's whole areas of the country that are controlled by guerrilla organizations, the ELN or the FARC, and they really should be no-go zones for gringos. Probably no-go zones for a lot of Colombians too. Also in Colombia, you know, they're not always happy with their president, and around the time of elections there's typically a lot of disruption and riots in the streets. So, you know, bear that in mind. Of course, like anywhere, you've got to take the good with the bad, and in my opinion, the good in Colombia far outweighs the bad. Let's talk about healthcare while we're at Clínica Rosario here. That's one of the public hospitals. As you can see, it's really an amazing facility. So they do have a lot of public and private options here in Colombia. In fact, Medellín, I believe, or Colombia as a whole, is home to the top 12 hospitals in all of South America. So you can rest assured, healthcare here is pretty good. So that about concludes our little trip down the mountain today from the Parque Roa to here at Clínica Rosario. going over a few of the most important things that you should consider when moving to any country. And as you can see, in my opinion, Colombia has some good and some bad, and only you can decide whether the good is going to outweigh the bad. Have a great day, guys.